Welcome, in front of me is a NOKIA 2.3 and today I will show you a couple of tweaks and tricks you can do on this device. Now starting off, we're going to begin with a simple one, split screen. So what you can do is just simply have two apps open at the same time. Now the easiest way to do it is just to open the two apps. So if you want, for instance, YouTube as the one above, which that's how I would recommend, when you open it you want to go to recent and tap on the YouTube icon and you'll have split screen option right over here. This will move the icon above or application and then show you the next that was in your recent apps. Now if for some reason, for instance, your recent apps doesn't include the app that you want to open in split screen, you can simply tap on home. You can see that it still remains open, and from here you can just choose the app that you want to open. Nice wallpaper there. So as you can see from here, I could watch whatever YouTube video while just mute this, and you can see that it will be continuing to play while I'm browsing on the Chrome. Now you can also resize it a little bit to fit a little bit better, I would say. And yeah, now once you're done, you can click on home. You can see that the video will still be playing. So if you want to close it, you will have to grab that little bar over there and drag it all the way down or above to move it out of the screen. So the app needs to be either full screen or completely out of the way. So moving on, the next thing I'm going to show is just a simple dark mode. So if you're not a fan of everywhere being blasted by bright light, especially at night, you can go to the display and toggle the dark theme. And this, as you can see, will turn majority of the apps into this dark theme mode. And that also includes your notifications, settings as you've seen, and majority of the pre-installed apps, as you can obviously see here. Even YouTube, no, not YouTube, but Chrome. Now YouTube is not included in that, if I'm correct. I'm gonna check it really quickly. Never mind, it actually looks like it is. So it does include YouTube. So yeah. Now moving on to the next one, probably one of my favorites is the gesture navigation. Now I am not biggest fan of this, what was it, Android I think 9 pill navigation. It's kind of bad. So remove the 3 buttons and just substitute it for 2 weirdly functioning ones. So as you already probably are used to, you press the button, goes home, you swipe it up, shows recent, or well, you also open up the app tray and you have the back button whenever it's actually needed. But there is actually a better navigation here, so we will need to go into system, which is somewhere on the bottom. Then we're going to go into gestures. Oh, it was right at the top, and from here system navigation, and you will have it right over here. Tap on it, give it a moment, and there we go. As you can see, we have the gesture navigation. Now it works, as you can see. It kind of, give it a moment, but it is kind of slow at the beginning. But the gist of it, you swipe from the side, you can see that there's this arrow popping up. So this is the back button and it's accessible from both sides of the screen. Then you have this tiny little bar at the bottom, and what you do is just swipe on it and it will go home. Swipe up and hold and it goes to recent. Now it will work better. As you can see, I'm kind of opening apps right now. It works better when the phone is actually not on the tray, when you're holding it and swiping from basically below the screen. I'm kind of basically getting roughly there, so that's why it's messing up a little bit. But as you can see, it works fairly well. And in my opinion, this is just a little bit better way of navigating on your device or through your device, and also makes it look a little bit cleaner. Then moving on, the next thing, it's going to be screen pinning. Now I'm going to quickly check if I have some kind of pattern set here, and I do, so that's good. So what screen pinning allows you to do is pin a window or application, and you can then, for instance, hand your phone to someone else and they will not be able to leave that up no matter what they do. And I was also checking the pattern, or well, protection, because you have an option to lock the device when you unpin the screen. So let's go into the settings. I'm gonna disable the gestures for now. Let me just go back to this. Buttons, come on. Oh, there we go, that took a while. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna go into the security. So right here in the main settings, you have security, and then scroll down, expand, and you have screen pinning. Tap on it, turn it on, and then make sure that this is also turned on. And let's see, to pin, I believe you have to go into recent, and yep, there it is, pin. So when you tap on it, you can see as screen is pinned. This keeps a view until you unpin, touch and hold the back, and home to unpin. So we have to hold both of those keys. And as you will see right now, if I try to leave this, it will not leave. You can go back and navigate through different sections of the settings. You cannot go to recent. So yeah, I'm basically stuck on here. And to leave, because that was, as you see in the lock device when unpinned, it was checked on. So if I unpin it, it automatically locks the device and forces you to put in a unlocking key. So if someone even knows how to unpin it, they will still need to know the pattern, pin, password, whatever it is, to get past this. So just a nice secure way to let someone use your phone without actually them worrying that you will go somewhere else and just start rummaging all over your device. And the last thing that I want to show is just a simple, animation speed. Now normally you will not find any kind of setting for this, so we will have to go through the developer options. So number one, we need to actually enable that, and you do it by going into About Phone, scrolling all the way down to build number, tap on that 7 times. Now if you have some kind of protection, you will need to confirm it. And from here, once you enable it, we should see, I believe it's going to be in system. Yep, there it is, so developer options, as you can see now. So go into here, into the developer options, and from here scroll down. I believe it's past halfway, and yep, there it is. So you have the window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animation duration scale. Now each one of those corresponds to different kind of animation, and as you can see, all of them are set to 1 by default, but you can change it to, for instance, 0.5, or completely turn it off if you want to. And what this will do is in turn remove the animations. As you can see, everything is now instant. There is no animations. Now if you choose to go for half, the applications will still have the animations, but they will be just twice as fast, so still will be better probably than 1. The off option is just completely remove them if you don't want it. It allows you to access apps a little bit quicker, just that split second that it would take normally for the app to slide or do whatever it's doing, while without them it just kind of instantly appears. But yeah, this would conclude all the tweaks and tricks that I want to share, and if you found this very helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.